for people to put it into a practical situation, but most of the time they use 1 to 10. But I would rather see that some people take it off and say, "Hey, man, let's try to prove Reggie wrong and say that 1 to 20, 1 to 50 is doing nothing." And then we could probably get some nice content.
I forgot the last piece.
Oh, that's exactly. Yeah. So there is this culture in that's not a culture, it's actually a problem. What you see sometimes, maybe some people have watched this online. You see a video from the Japanese or the Asian or the Korean, and they have this product where they scrub with, and this is like a hand pad to scrub the windshield. And they want to remove this oily finish because they always look like they have a coating on it, and then they show their removal with this type of a tool in combination with a glass polish or a ceramic, something like this. And then they show that the water's not beating anymore. And then everybody in Europe doesn't understand that it is not that reason that they want. They have, over time, in a couple of weeks, they have this incredible film of oil that makes the car or the windshield hydrophobic and very difficult to see through. That looks brilliant. Is that a custom pad to it as well, Corey? Is that from?
And that's go ahead, what you want to use with it.
Yeah, this is how to descale the glasses, people. I rather you guys use Vitreo as your decontaminant for the glass instead of Energo, because Energo still has some. Yeah, you still need to be careful for sure. Too much. Oh, nice.
Yeah, it's like a rayon pad type of material.
It's actually more wool. It's actually fairly soft.
Yeah.
Okay.
Rayon is that's the wool.
Yeah, I know. I have a rayon pad, and those are heavy duty.
We got a good question here. It's a German question. I'm gonna say this in German first. Reggie, hast du die Hydrosafe mal als Nassversiegelung ausprobiert? Reggie, did you ever try Hydrosafe as a wet coat? And we did. Wir haben das gemacht mit Andreas zusammen. Und wir haben herausgefunden, dass es nicht gut war. We did it. We did it together with Andreas. We tried it as a wet coat. We didn't get it to work.
Yeah, I put Hydrosafe on straight. Just dumped it on a microfiber, wiped it on the door, and then power washed it off.
Don't try this at home, people. Do not try this at home.
The cheating properties were absolutely ridiculous.
I still have to try it myself. But I believe you that you had that there was some difference before and after, for sure. I'm for sure that it was for before and after, for sure.
Oh yeah.
Now, let's follow up on the next one, because now we are going into the first phase of this episode's Coxbox. Corey, the reason you are here, there we go. Oh yeah, of course. I'll show you yours and you show me mine.
Oh man, I'm so lame.
Yeah.
No, please, Nick. I know you have 0 tattoos right now. 0. This should not be your first tattoo. You know, it's Corey's. No? How many tattoos you got to Corey right now?
That was my second, and this was my first.
Number 1, yeah, first.
Just try to be number 1 in everything you do.
There we go.
Not cocky, just a way of life. Just try your best to be the best.
Effort.
And I believe that's like Labo's philosophy.
That is, yeah. It's a very good philosophy. I was talking to the big boss today, and we have
shout out to Marco.
Marco, ciao, and then we have to because Marco is telling me some stories, and they said, Reggie, it's time to evolve. You know, you are talking about these products too much as what they are, instead of why they are here. You are not talking about why we do have this APC, why do we have Varius, and why do we have these things. There is a reason for these products. The products have been created for a certain reason. And Marco sent me, of course, the entire story of it. And that story is pretty long. So any moment I'm going to put pieces of this story, why this product is here and why it was born and which was the philosophy behind it, because we're going to switch it up a little bit. You know, we talked a little bit about that Labocosmetica is not so much you are cleaning your car, you're literally treating your car. It's like a treatment, like a cosmetic treatment. You're doing something incredibly special to your car. And he's right. It's my God, it's his name on the bottle. So if anybody has a say in it and how these products should be described and how these products should be talked about, it is him. It is him. He is the founder. He is the guy behind the brains. We are only here because of him. So I'm sitting here, Nick is here, and Corey, we are here just because of him. And we need not to forget that, because every legend has a beginning, every story has a beginning, and this story is not even started really yet. If you see what we are planning for the future, but we are definitely going to do it. And yeah, following up on that, I think it's a very good moment now for Corey to think about and tell us what should be in the Cox box. We're going to give away three. Is that okay, Nick? Three Cox boxes. So we're going to give away 3
Absolutely.
Cox boxes, but not that big, yeah, because gradually we will build this out. So at one point we will send out a pallet as a giveaway. We will start with a Cox box, and then we get a Cox pallet, and then you get a Cox container, and then you get a Cox freaking ship and a Cox truck full of products. There we go.
A boat. Yeah.
The Cox boat.
All right. Let's see. How many you said?
So we're going to do 3 giveaways, and then put 3 products. 3 products in that box. 3 products if it's and think about if it's somebody that has never used Labocosmetica before, or somebody that is already doing Labocosmetica, but he has to try these products. But then from the Coriplastina point of view, and I'm going to give you the opportunity to fill that Cox box with 3 products. There is no. We talked about this that you are going to do this, but we didn't talk about what you are going to put inside. I'm going to give you the full freedom and the full stage now to tell the people what you would like to be in that Cox box for the 3 giveaways for the people that are in the chat right now.
Well, I got to give a shout out to the reason that I have this Cox box, and that product is Varius. Reggie challenged me to go out, take it outside the box, and every surface that I could possibly think of, every stain. I mean, I have part 2 coming on the video. Lime scale, mineral stuff in the carpet, engine oil out of carpet, working on the stainless steel. Like, Varius does it, and it leaves nothing behind. I mean, I was removing residue on glass that was 127 degrees, and it took it right off. No streaking, no nothing. So definitely Varius is number 1. Yeah, I'm still trying to think of what else to try it on, just to be absolutely crazy with it. Second, I would say Sidero, hands down. That, I mean, you could dilute that down like crazy. You can use it, in a wide, variation of temperatures. And I mean, even at 1 to 3, it's pretty much stronger than almost anything on the market. And finally, I would say maybe go with Glico, because you could team that up with a lot of other products that you might have. I was actually going to say Energo, because it has the ability to do amazing things when used properly and safely. I even sent out an emergency bottle to Franco, because he had some crazy water spots that just wasn't getting rid of with even Purifica. So I sent that out because I could get it out to him quicker than any warehouse could. So yeah, I mean, I could just keep going and going and going. I mean, obviously Primus, because you can use it for rims. But yeah, honestly, Varius, like even on clothes, like removing like red lipstick chapstick from white shorts that have been through a washer and a dryer, and it's still taking it off when the Tide pen wouldn't even take it off. So I think once people get Varius and really just start using it and trying it in different areas, and with the no safety concerns, like you could use it on anything and it'll just perform.
That's fantastic. Now, like I said, I was talking to the boss today, and so we have this product is, I'm going to say it, I think it's a year. It's a year now. It's out there, a year. And today I was surprised to hear something. What is a very common problem on leather that also is a very difficult solution. And I'm talking about the color exchange, the genes transfer. I've heard this so many times, how to get rid of this safely without damaging the leather and everything. And there it has been used very successfully, and not with 100% risk-free, I would say, Veritas to do this. And Veritas, powerful in the right hands. You know, with great power comes great responsibility, especially with a product like this. But as I understood now, Varius is an absolute killer for the genes transfer and the color transfer on leather. The absolute safest approach right now in the market available. That solvent power, because it's not solvent based. It's not solvent based. I cannot say solvent. Solvent is too harsh when I say the word solvent, but it is something solvent like. It has the behavior of solvent without being the solvent, doing that incredible thing of removing color exchange on leather so delicately. Like Corey said, no danger label on the bottle. Insane. It's insane. I got another video I got to show you guys. I'm going to pop this one up because I know this. I just saw him pop up in the chat. Ciao Franco, il lupo di Labocosmetica, the wolf of Labocosmetica, the lone wolf. The man is like a genius when it comes down to figuring out angles and how to use products.
Buongiorno a tutti.
This is his voice. Buongiorno a tutti. He says, good morning, everybody. And I'm going to show you something. So if we look at the video, and you can see in my screen here, he's doing an interior engine bay. He's doing an engine bay. And as I had to listen to this video in Italian, and not knowing that Marco sent me the description of what was happening under in English, but I was listening to this very carefully. But what we see right here is this man used a pet hair dryer, a brush, a bottle of Varius, the Martina 2.0 synthetic chamois 2.0, you can call it maybe, and a normal microfiber to clean this. Now, why is this so important? Why is this then so special that he did with these things? No, but you're not looking at a combustion engine right there. You are looking at the battery, I believe, of a Fiat 500, hybrid, electric, full electric, I don't know. One of the situations where you absolutely do not want to use pressure washer or an exaggerated amount of water. And to have a product, and I know exactly what he did, because he's just spraying it onto the surface. He's dwelling it, he's brushing it. And I am sure that most of these parts he did by just jetting it with the air of the pet hair dryer. So this streak-free result from Varius, you spray it onto something, you use forced air, you just blow it away, and it evaporates perfectly without leaving streaks, anything encrusted, and anything. It just disappears like magic. I told this many times before. This product, when you start trying to use chemistry and you cannot explain it through science, it is nothing other than magic. Magic in a bottle. This is the closest thing of magic that we made inside of a bottle. Chemistry of Labocosmetica. Corey, you have used this. I would say I pushed you to the limits, man. At some point we were getting into a danger zone because you were literally, I would say you were almost starting to try to clean your mother at the same time because you tried it on everything.
Yeah, and speaking of the genes transfer, I took on those same white shorts that already were completely stained. I took a blue gel pen and on the inside wrote on that, let it sit for a couple days. I took, a black ballpoint pen, wrote on it, and was able to remove both of them from white shorts.
And from literally, just I get this clear because I got headphones on. It's been a long day. It's night in my country. Did you say white shorts?
Yes, and that I'll have that footage in video part 2, which there's still I think like 4 more things I want to get done, but yeah, I'll have that out and it'll show those also, the removing of those.
White shorts is insane. Okay, anything in a different color, I would say okay, but white shorts is not normal. That's not normal.
Yeah, I'm gonna actually grab them right now. They're right here.
So he sprayed it on and then just blew dry it off. He didn't agitate it or touch that metal at all.
Some parts he did, but there were parts where you could not reach it, so you just sprayed, agitated with the brush, and then used the pet hair to remove. And the parts that he could touch, because he just used one Martina 2.0, one brush, one bottle of Varius, and one pet hair and one dry microfiber. So, uh, it's and then I've been playing around with this stuff, but to hear now that it's possible to use this safely on leather by removing the genes transfer because of the magical chemistry inside of that product. Yeah, I heard Veritas being mentioned many times before, but my skills with leather are not good enough to try it with something like that. I think I can figure it out how to do it responsibly, but with my limited knowledge, there's also a possibility that I would do something to, I don't want to not say damage, I would degrade the surface from the pristine that it is. It's the anti-Labo way. The Labo way is to clean something responsibly without destroying the surface, but literally helping the surface. That is definitely the philosophy.
Oh yeah. So yeah, these. I mean, white,
No, they are white.
and they were. If you want to see the staining,
Oh my God. What is that?
it was all over. It's like red lip balm or something. I don't know. It was. These are my friends, and they're like completely ruined. Went through the wash and dryer, so it was baked in. And I mean, it didn't just come right out. I mean, I used, a nice little brush. I think it's actually a suede brush, but right
Nick,
here,
I mean, Nick is looking like we are. This is getting out of hand. This is cleaning with Labocosmetica. It's getting out of hand.
No, I love it.
right
I
here, and
love
right
it.
here. I think
just-
this was the blue gel pen, and this was the black. And I put an L on each of them, L for Labo, just so I could identify it. And I mean, it completely removed those after sitting for multiple days.
Wow. Yeah, it's becoming.
And it works extreme. It actually boosts it with fabric, mixed directly in with Texia.
Oh, really?
Yes, I would spray one on, let it sit, spray the other one, let it sit, and brush it in. And it actually boosted the cleaning power on those shorts.
How was the
And-
evaporation rate? How was it? Did it dry up faster than normal, like you would use a normal liquid? Because that for me is also very interesting.
That, you know what? Since I have more stains on them, I'll check that out versus like a Tide pen, just to see which will go. Soon I'll do a timer on it for you.
Okay, so Cox box. This time, 3 pieces, 3 boxes, 3 Cox boxes. One containing, all 3 of them will contain 1 bottle of Varius, 1 bottle of Sidero, and 1 bottle of Glycol. I think, Nick, we should add a dilution bottle to that as well.
For
2
sure.
of them. 2, so that they at least can dilute and use the product. So we have something for Sidero. 1 to 3 people, please. It needs to be really extreme if you need to go higher than 1 to 3. Because if you don't take my word for it, try a pure and a 1 to 3 next to each other and see how big of a difference it actually is. And then you will find out that 1 to 3 is keeping up with the pure really, really well. So it doesn't make any sense. I'm selling you this. This is not good for the resellers because they need to sell these products, but it is the actual freaking truth. Even Nick is living from the sales of Labocosmetica, but even Nick will say to me, yes, it is true. It is best to use it 1 to 3. Nick?
I'm assuming you're talking about Sidera, right?
Yeah, I'm talking about Sidero. Sorry, I had to.
Yeah, that's been my experience with it as well. Not just Sidera, but multiple of the products. Like it's, there's some of the dilutions. You reach a point where going stronger doesn't necessarily even make it more effective. You know what I mean? Like you're just wasting product essentially. So, but hey, I think it helps sales because people trust the products, and once they see that with one thing, they're like, "Oh, I want to buy more of this stuff," and they start picking up the rest of the line. So, I think it's great.
Yeah, and even 1 to 5 for the people that like to do it with the clay towel, it's still ridiculously lubricated, like absolutely insane. Even at 1 to 5.
You heard it. You heard it. I've
1 to
never
5,
tried it.
1 to 4, 1 to 3. I've done it all with the clay towels, and no issues whatsoever. Glides like a
Oh,
dream.
see, yeah, you're talking about pain. I was actually even referring to wheels. Like beyond 1 to 3, I can't tell you the last time we went beyond 1 to 3 for wheels, even like on the BMWs and stuff that are super caked. I just feel like I'm wasting product. Like if it's going to take 2 passes, it's going to take 2 passes. Like if I'm trying to be very gentle and not use a lot of friction, I just don't think that using more of the chemical really makes a difference, to be honest. The Labo tattoo.
Yeah.
So last live stream, Corey, when you premiered the tattoo in the comment section.
Yeah.
I was on vacation in the mountains, and my family was actually, my wife was watching the live stream separately. She's there with me, but I was at the house doing the live stream. My phone started blowing up. She's like, "You're not getting a tattoo. What are you talking about?" Like she's worried about it. So I need to like run with it and be like, I think I'm going to get it right here. And, I'm going to start messing with her, but
someplace inconspicuous,
Just threaten when she starts kicking your ass again with tennis. If she does that, you say, "You want me to get that tattoo? You go easy on me today, please. But I'm going to put that tattoo on there. I'm going to put that tattoo."
I need to get one. I feel obligated at this point, honestly.
Yeah, but I think you can get away with it. So I think if you go down like I would say in half an inch, you can still see that's a Labo tattoo. You could put it in a place, and when you put the camera very close to it, it makes it look really big. But the fact that you have it is like half an inch. You can hide that. It's like a little stamp of Labo.
Yeah, it's easy.
Good. So then we have to start that giveaway. For that giveaway, I will need some questions. And ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to be really strict about this one. We have 3 people in the show right now. We can debate a little bit about the questions. So when we got some couple of questions, so pop the questions inside the chat. Make sure that we have some difficult questions, some good questions, and then based on those questions, we will do the giveaways. And then we will do the same thing that we always do. If you are the winner, then please write the message to Nick Parks at nickparkscarcare.com. For sure, it will be posted inside. I saw you pop it up in the chat already, your website or your email, and then we're going to contact Nick, and he's going to sort you out. So I'm going to limit also the giveaway. Sorry for the international people, but I'm going to limit the giveaway to the United States because it's going to be, for me, it's logistically a little bit more difficult to arrange these things. Last time I had to do for Mr. Colma 422 a package of sort of a Cox box he was in Slovenia. Now this time it was easily arranged, but I don't want to make anybody happy that I cannot deliver to, or make the shipment so incredibly expensive that it's almost unworthy to get these products over there. So if you're in a place like we don't have a dealer over there, so we limited it and then to the United States, and then in the future, for sure, we will make sure that globally, worldwide, we can do this. We can give the giveaways away. So pop up those questions. Show me what you got. Make it extremely freaking difficult. And then, this is a good comment. I'm going to show this one. It's not a question. Last time you said that the Vitax needs 8 hours for the full effect to be seen, hydrophobicity, let's say maximum performance. Yes. Is it the same? Is it the same with Beneficia? For me, it beats better after a few days. That's very much possible. I would say instant beating is always there. And then there is the time over time that it will improve. Yes. I don't know how long it exactly is for Beneficia. And now, of course, because it's summer, all of the products, all of the sealants are beating better. The molecules are moving faster. You see better performance in summer and you see less performance in winter because the molecules are moving slower. This is the same product, is doing the exact same thing differently in a different year. That is what I've experienced a lot. But also, if you have too hot, I would say too hot for sealants is also not very well. They become like sticky. I would say like a sticker. They attract even more than they would reject. For sure, and that is something. Let me see what we got. Waiting for those questions.
That's been my experience on Beneficia. Is it seems like the wash after I've had first applied it, it just seems to be way harder. So,
yeah, it's difficult to say. Probably your surroundings are going to decide how much of time that would be, but indeed over time it will improve. You have the initial performance and you have the performance over time. And Revitax, for sure, I need minimum 8 hours to get to its full potential if you applied it correctly, for sure. There we go. I heard a rumor about Cupido 2.0. Yes, there is indeed a rumor. There is also some physical testing going on for a very, very, very long time. It's been a very long time now, but it's very difficult to get to that demand that we want to go. And I hope that somewhere in the very, very near future, next couple of months, we can give some more clarification about what it is going to be like, or is it close to being released, or can we at least send some testers out there to get some feedback from people that are using it? For me, that's yeah. Oh, this is a good question. How come you never launched the window nano coating? Now, this coating was in development. We tried to make something, but for me, the reason we didn't make it is very simple. I did 4 different application techniques for, say, that I did a certain amount on the windshield, crosshatch, circles, like say 1 milliliter or 2 milliliters, air it out for 2 minutes, 3 minutes, 4 minutes, and then wipe off and leave it to dry and wipe off. Now I had 4 sections on my windshield. All 4 of them behaved completely differently. So if you make a product like a window nano coating or window glass coating, if it is too finicky or too sensitive to the application, it is going to be really difficult to make it a success, because you will have the lovers and the haters. You will have people that have insane results and then go on for years. And then you have people that say it's going to last for 2 months and then it's dead. And you know how the people are. If something doesn't last for 2 months that has been promised for 2 years, the entire world is going to explode. Internet is going to explode. And we will be in big trouble for making a product. And they said, "Oh my God, it's not working." And it's they could be true. They could be true that they have the wrong or the right application. But this is the reason why that product never made it. But I got Aquavelox on my windshield, Aquavelox Pro. That is very close to being released, and that is definitely going to be something else. Even though, glass products, interesting products, but also this installation. You know, Corey, you have any experience with glass? You can name any brand. This is not brand. You can say anything. Do you have any experience with windshield coatings?
I actually just used the last vehicle. I just did the Clean by Pan 8-year ceramic on all the glass. I'm finally
including front windshield,
Yeah.
front windshield.
2 coats, but I'm waiting now to
Oh yeah.
give range speed a shot.
Yeah, no, I know another fan of range speed. It's in the show right now, Mr. Nick Parks. He's almost dreaming. He's almost dreaming range speed, maniac range speed. My God, how many times I had to hear from this? Yo, man, this range speed is freaking amazing. So, Nick, tell us about your range speed experiences, because now we can fill in an entire show just by Nick's experiences with range speed.
So when I was doing services, like many shops, we offered different ceramic packages. So you had paint and PPF, wheels and glass. And honestly, once we started using rain speed, I still offered the glass coating. Like if someone was going to ask for it, I wouldn't say no. But I just started, if they came for PPF or a ceramic on the paint or wheels or whatever, we would just put rain speed on all the glass. Like it basically, in my opinion, I just don't really see the value of glass coatings as much as I used to, because of how easy rain speed is to apply. Because like I'm sitting here looking at my truck out the window right now, and it's parked under trees. It's my driveway. And even like garage kept cars, you're going to have a couple of things that are just going to happen. Like with windshields, wiper blade resistance is a big one. It's going to degrade it. It's just a matter of how quickly, based on their, how fast they run the wiper blades. Do they use the like washer fluid a lot? Or like in the case of my truck, it's under trees, so it's going to get water spots. It's going to get sap on it. It's just, so when I started seeing the durability I was getting out of rain speed, because when I originally applied it, I wasn't thinking this is going to be a super durable product. I figured like 30, 45 days, somewhere around there, started getting really good durability out of it. And I don't know why. I mean, I'm sure you and I have talked about it, Reggie, and maybe I'm forgetting, but it seems to be very resilient to wiper blades. Like I don't get that very definitive area where it's like, okay, the wiper blade has like diminished this sealant. It's like the whole whole windshield sort of just degrades evenly over time. So that's fascinating to me. But the big thing is just for the amount of time that's involved to have to reapply it, I'd rather just do rain speed, even if I have to, like, let's say the glass coating goes a year and then I have to replace it. If rain speed goes 6 months, I mean, I've had it go as long as 6 months in my truck that has not great care and lives outside under trees. I'm going to pick the rain speed every time because it takes me like no time to reapply it. So it just kind of, I put the glass coatings in the back of my toolbox, so to speak. So I'm interested though to try the Aquavelox Pro to see like how easy that is to apply. So
I think that it has to be freaking easy to convince you, because it needs to be that easy to convince you to say, okay, I'm gonna switch back to the sealant products or the spray and go products. But because you're absolutely right,
yeah.
Corey, you said you got pans clean by pan. Do you have any other experiences with glass sealants, other brands, glass coatings for the windshield?
I have done a couple vehicles with probably almost 2 years ago with ADS glass coating.
Tell us a little bit about that. Tell us a little bit about the application, the preparation, because it's interesting.
I wanted to break a windshield and claim it. Like it was the worst experience I've ever had with like the glass coating. I was just like, I don't want to do this again with that one. Like with when I, like I said, the clean 8-year ceramic coating, it was just like it was on paint. Easy. I was fighting. I was like dripping sweat, like trying to get this glass coating off. And ease of application is something that definitely is nice, or at least not extreme difficulty. I mean, if it's extremely durable, I can deal with it being harder to install than paint, but not to a point where I'm saying, why did I do this?
I agree. We will have a big group of people. You will have, I will think you will get people on both sides of the spectrum that are going to say, I like this, I like this, I like this, and they all will have valid arguments. I think it's going to be very, very difficult. So if we can make Aquavelox Pro the bridge between them, that you have the speed and ease of application of a spray and go product, but you will have the performance of a coating that is being applied like a ceramic. Because I've did my test running still. I'm not going to count it as a test that is still valid to follow. We are at 22,000 kilometers, so that is 14,000 miles almost. Yeah, it's 14,000 miles.
That's crazy.
And yeah, but it's still, now it's doing the sheeting. But I don't care about the sheeting because we are talking about the roll off during the drive, right? That is when I still believe it's doing something, that you still have visibility to certain rain and that it's still slowly moving over the surface. Okay. But with the window coatings, I believe at some point you have to say, okay, this is the point where we're not going to test validity anymore, because now we have to reapply because there's no the flying of the droplets all over the car. I think that is
water evacuation.
Yeah. I got a really good question. I got to pop this up in the chat. Considering EU is going to ban many toxic substances and ingredients like PFAS, what do you think could new technology increase will be cheaper near future? What do you think could new technology ingredients will be cheaper or better or safer? Yeah, I would say, paw. You guys got any input about this one? Because I'm gonna take a second to think about this.
I'm trying to make sure I understand the question. He's saying, I get they're banning toxic substances.
Yeah, I think he's talking about it. I think that there's going to be what is going to be the next thing if PFAS is going to be removed? What can we do? Can we still have the same type of quality products? Can we still have the same chemical resistance, beading, sheeting? Can we still have the gloss? What can we still have if these toxic ingredients are banned and not to be used anymore? Which direction should we go? Are we going to move into when we're not talking about using certain types of solvent anymore? Are we going to go into the vegetables? We're going to get the solvents from the vegetables instead of from the fuels, the petrodistillates. Very interesting. Very good question. I'm going to keep this one on the short list for the giveaway. This is one. I think this is a very, very good question.
Yeah, and I if I'm kind of analyzing that question a little bit, I'm wondering if since many things are going to be banned and more companies are going to be trying to use these newer ingredients, then the surplus of the amount of ingredients available on the market will be produced more for more companies to use. So potentially, you know, costs could maybe go down since more of it is going to be made and ready, I guess, if that makes any bit of sense.
Yeah, of course, absolutely. Yeah, it's going to be. I think we will be as always somehow. There's this thing that I always think that Marco has somebody on the inside with the legislation department. Mafra sometimes does something before it is becoming a law. So they did it with the NTAs, the heavy chemicals in cleaners that were banned, that were not to be used anymore, and Mafra was already removing them. PFAS, we removed it in 2019. We are PFAS free since 2019. Many people are following, but now the legislation is coming. So I know for sure PFAS is one group. There's another group called PFOA. That's another different group. And that group will probably be banned in the future as well if this keeps going in the direction that it's going. But you can ban something, but you also need to have the people. If there's a law, you need law enforcement. And you can make a law, you're not allowed to do this, but you need people that are going to check if you're actually not doing it and fine them or punish them or take them off the streets. Yeah, so we can ban anything that we want, but if there's no legislation, no control, no law enforcement or enforcement of these laws, then it's just what we call mopping the floor with the faucet open. It's a never-ending story. I don't know the synonym for the English word, but I think it's a very good question. It's just something that needs to be a discussion that needs to be going on forever. I'll immediately pop up the second one, the other question. It's in German. With the rinseless wash, does man need hydrosafe or is Preludio enough? With a protected car, you don't have to answer in German. I just don't know how to do this in English very well. I cannot answer this question in English very well. Now, we'll do it in English. So with the rinseless wash, do we need hydrosafe or is Preludio enough with a protected car? Now, immediately, Corey, give me your insight about this one. Do you need hydrosafe or can you do Preludio by itself?
You could do it by. You don't need hydrosafe. Like my car personally, I don't use hydrosafe just because I'm not using any toppers whatsoever on it.
Makes sense.
So yeah, no, I mean I can just pre-treat, certain areas. If I got bugs, if I got water spots, whatever, alkaline, acidic, do whatever, do that, and then just either continue on with another rinseless or whatever the case may be. But if it's just some spots and stuff, you can just spray it on and you're good to go. I mean,
there we go. Nick?
I've not tried it that way. I don't see why you couldn't, though. I mean, I've always followed it with a rinseless in a bucket, whether it's hydrosave or something else. But I don't see why you couldn't do that. I don't know. Do you need to neutralize it?
No. That's the idea we had was. Yeah, the idea what we had was that the surfactants inside, so in comparisons to a pre-wash and a pre-soak, the Preludio is a pre-soak. The only thing that difference is that with a pre-wash, you need kinetic energy in the form of water, garden hose, pressure washer to get rid of the surfactants. But the Preludios have been designed to wipe them off. So a quick wipe is enough to remove anything that's going off the surface. Adding a rinseless will just get some more lubrication. Adding some rinseless will get some, in case of hydrosafe, some protection at the same time. So you're doing two steps at once. But indeed, it is definitely possible to use them naked and by themselves alone on both sides. So the alkaline one and the acidic one. Also, a very good question. I'm going to put this one also on the short list.
That's a good one. I mean, I always learn something new on every single one of these live streams. That's awesome.
Oh, this is Nick's question. I'm going to give this one 100% for Nick. Nick, what is the main difference between range speed and Aquavelox? We are going to move all range speed questions.
All right, I'm down.
Nick. There we go. What is the main difference, range speed or Aquavelox?
So, Reggie, you'd be able to answer better from the, I'm sure, like chemical standpoint, chemistry standpoint.
Mm-hmm.
I will say, in usage, like just me using it in my shop and on my vehicles and on customers' vehicles, I find that Rain Speed is the easier product to apply. It like I tell people, if you could use a glass cleaner, you can use Rain Speed. It evaporates off that easily. It's so simple that anybody can do it. Aquavalox, I have found that the degreasing step for the glass, which you should be thorough either product you're using, but if you're not super thorough, that the Aquavalox is going to be a little bit harder to get off. By harder, I don't mean elbow grease harder. I just mean like the film that it leaves behind. You're going to have to do a little more wiping. So if your prep is not A1, like let's say you're not as experienced, or you just know you're going to be going really quick and you're not like, I'm 110% certain about my prep, I would reach for Rain Speed. Durability wise, I'll be honest, I feel bad saying this, but I feel like they're about the same. I've not, it's hard for me to say because I've not done like a true test where I've coated half my windshield in one and half my windshield in the other. I've just done the full vehicle with one or the full vehicle with other. And then obviously you have a million variables that are affecting which application lasts longer. But I imagine Aquavalox is probably rated as the more durable of the two.
Yeah,
So-
like you said, I totally agree with you. What you said is that if it comes down to application and preparation, Rain Speed is going to be more forgiving. There's less prep needed necessary to get a good result, and where Aquavalox is really a concentrated of a fantastic protective product, but to get to that duration and to get that, you need the best prep, and then you will have, of course, sort of a ceramic coating like a duration, but it is very finicky to the preparation. So bad prep, you're not going to get the same results and probably have better results with Rain Speed. It is, by practical definition, what we have seen, it's true. It's absolutely true.
Yeah, and real quick with Rain Speed too, Eddie and Jamie are the reason why I bought Rain Speed, because sorry about that. They were just raving like 6 months in, it was performing better than coatings.
Yeah, that's
Real quick.
That has been my experience. Genuinely, I'm probably too conservative sometimes about like what I'll say, like on a podcast like this or on a stream like this, because that has been my experience. Like I sincerely feel like it has performed as well or better than a lot of the glass coatings I've used. I'm just always, anytime it comes to durability, man, I'm very conservative. And it's probably because I did sales for so long with service business, like selling coatings and selling PPF. I'm just, if I know it can do whatever 10 months, I'm going to tell somebody probably like 6 just to be safe, and if they get more, then great. But what you just said, Corey, that has genuinely been my experience. I mean, I have not installed a glass coating since I started using those two products. I just don't see the point.
Now then we move on immediately with another Rain Speed question from Franco. Rain Speed can be. This is going to be the Rain Speed
one. I can
podcast.
answer this one really, really fast. Okay. I don't know because I've not put on a glass coating since I started using Rain Speed. So I don't know. I'd have to
Corey,
have a car come through that has a glass coating already on it to say if it's actually, I don't know if it would bond well.
I could test it.
And there
I'll
we go.
try it, and if worst comes to,
Immediately.
hey, I can already go ahead and scrub off the with my new glass tool.
It's curious to see because I am also.
I'll give it a try.
I don't like the duration claims. I like physical proof of something that I have tested myself, of tried myself, or see perform myself. So I'm also very reserved, throwing numbers out there that are on the boxes, but are not in real life. And from the other perspective, if something is beating or very rejective of anything or chemicals or whatever, how am I going to put something that is rejecting put something? How am I going to put some product that's going to protect that I'm going to put on something that is rejecting? How can I prove that the topping product is actually bonded to the existing protection and adding more? Or is it just the placebo effect? Is it something that I saw before and after? Or
if it's even working, is it actually attaching? Like, or is it just gonna last maybe a wash or something, and then it goes away. It's like, what's the point?
Yeah.
I mean, and also
Yeah,
if your glass coating's good, just ride it out until it's time to replace it, I guess.
Yeah, when I do the test, I'll do a recording and I'll put like an L of rain speed over
Good idea.
existing coating and just see, how it responds and see how long it lasts. And then if there's issues, I'll just polish it out, but at least we'll know.
Now we go to the next question. Moin from Münster, Germany. Very close to here. It's about, let's say 35 minutes from my house. Quick question. Reggie, is there a plan to offer Libera in 4.5 liters? Replaced Primos 2.0 here. Oh, wow. Don't hear that very much. Jonesy, I'm interested. I'm very curious to see, but we for sure know that 4.5 is coming. It has to be, because there's, it's Labocosmetica's professionally driven. So eventually, by demand, it's not been out there that long. I believe in Germany, I saw it today. I'm always in the chat with Andreas from Detailing School, together with, I forget his name, Sebastian, of course. Sebastian doing a live stream every 1 week, every 2 weeks. I always try to pop in, and I immediately saw a couple of comments about Libera being a very, very good pre-cleaner at 1 to 15. So that's going to be my next step for tomorrow. The next time I got a dirty car, to try Libera 1 to 15 to see how it performs. 1 to 15 is a very nice dilution. I can live with that very much. It feels very economical, high value. That's what it feels like. That's definitely what it means. Let me see. Now we go to the next one. Yeah. Now this is a question that has been asked a couple of times, but eventually we will have to produce something like this. But I think with the coming out of Fat Nude from Bildhamber, breaking the absolute physics law and chemistry laws the world has ever seen before. It's unreal what that stuff can do. Can't wait to get a bottle of that stuff in my hands to see that dry mode, the lift mode, and the rinse mode. And I don't know what kind of a modes they put in there, but it was absolutely mind-blowing to see what it can do as a pre-wash for a neutral product. Gave me the inspiration for this week's video, but still, neutral product that can do these things. So if we are going to make something like this, for sure, it needs to be at the same level as the Fat Nude from Bildhamber.
Remind me again we talked about this in the last one, but I've only seen one video of it on Instagram. It's a rinseless product, right?
For sure, it is
Neutral
a rinseless
rinseless.
product. Very, very, very thick. It is not liquid. You have to shake it like crazy. You have to blend it in your bucket like crazy. But when you use that stuff at 1 to 15 and you spray it on the car and you let that dry, this is the word, the dry mode. Dry it up and rinse off with a pressure washer. It is on par, if not even better than touchless. And you can watch.
You're saying in terms of the cleaning power.
Yeah. You can watch the videos from John DeLow, Forensic Detailing. You can also watch his Energo videos, the Energo battle. You can see, because you always get very valuable information from this man. The man will tell you exactly how much the product costs, how much the dilution will cost, how the cost per car is, the amount you will use. He's talking about safety and chemistry. He's talking about everything. And then he will show you there's a series of videos, and I know for sure by the words, because he makes sponsored videos, but in the sponsored videos you can hear him speak completely differently. But when he's making videos for himself, by testing by definition what they can do, you hear John speak like John is speaking. And when you see him do the things that he's doing with this product, you have to give hats off. You have to give hats off to Bildhamber for producing something like this. That is absolutely, in chemistry, is very innovative. Very, very well done.
Real quick, Reggie.
Good things about his channel.
Oh yeah, forensic detailing, great.
That was good information. Good. It's a joy to watch. It's valuable. You learn something. You can make a good assessment. You can make a very good assessment about buying something after watching a video of his. Yeah.
Real quick, Reggie. So how would you say, since you've had obviously a good amount of experience with that original HydroSave?
Yeah.
How would you say that stacks up? Like if it was just say it was released today, just not like it's going to, but just with its how is the power and other things versus what it currently is?
That stuff comes on par with most of the alkaline cleaners, with the strong alkaline cleaners that are the pre-washes, and those you can Yeah, the working time. Okay, I'll give him that. The working time is slower, but you have to let it dry out, and you never do that with an alkaline product. But the fact that you can let dry a product safely, and John is going to show you that in one of the last videos he made by putting it in direct sunlight and letting it cook out, things that you absolutely should never do. But what you see here is very interesting. I think it's very interesting, and this is good information for us. It is a good standard that we now have to uphold ourselves to. So if we make something like a Rinseless without protection, for sure it needs to be on par with that one. That's going to be our benchmark. We're going to buy a product, we're going to buy it, and we're going to put it next to ours to see where we can fall in line and see where we can improve. Maybe we can do it faster. Maybe we can even do it. We can't even do it. I'm telling something that we cannot even do.
Mhm.
But we will find out. It's going to be really interesting.
I actually have,
Well,
I will be getting a bottle very shortly of the original HydroSave with no protection. I know somebody that's got one. He got it from Eddie's Live when you were over at his house, that with that original formula. He won it in a giveaway and hasn't used it.
Wow.
So he's
Let's
reserving it for me. So as soon as I get it, I can't wait to test that out.
We got to do that. I got another good question. This is it's a difficult one to answer. With Labo doing a deep dive on PPF films, specific coatings and detergents, what is Labo's stance on PPF specific abrasives? Is there something they offer? Is there something they offer than Fiero, Leale, and Audace can't? Nick, this is your department. PPF and polishing.
So I'll preface this by saying I don't design PPF. I don't make it. I don't know how it's made or like on an advanced level, I guess. My experience is all from installing it for 12 years, 10, 12 years around there. And obviously getting the vehicles back for maintenance and working on them, and have tried a lot of different things throughout the years of films that have been neglected and needed help in terms of polishing. So this is just my personal stance on it. I think that at all costs possible, you should always avoid being abrasive with PPF, period. I mean, when I first started installing PPF, the top coat was like an upsell, meaning you could buy standard film. I think it was Suntech at the time was one of the ones I was buying when I first got started. They had like, I don't even remember what they called it, but it was like, basic film, and then it was top coat. So that was like, you paid more to get the top coating. Well, now obviously every single film is top coated, and I'm sure the technology differences between one brand's top coat versus another can vary pretty largely. And a lot of brands now I see have multiple different types of top coats that they offer. Some that have more self-healing, some that have more hydrophobic, properties, all these different things. All I know is that the top coat is there to protect the TPU. So anytime you diminish that top coat, and I've seen this happen on customers' vehicles, once you get through that top coat, it seems that the TPU underneath is very susceptible to scratching and staining and browning, discoloration, etching, all the things that you don't want in the film. So I'm not speaking on behalf of Labo, but I'm guessing that if you made a PPF specific abrasive, you would really want to make basically like a cream in the form of a polish that's just a chemical cleaner for the PPF. The only abrasiveness that you really would be getting is from your pad selection, which I would obviously choose like a red foam pad or a black foam pad, something extremely gentle. Because look, does polishing it work? Yes. But every time I've done that, meaning anytime I used more than just the lightest possible abrasion, it seemed like the film started to degrade quicker thereafter. Now, I'm sure it can vary a lot depending on the people who design these films and engineer these films. It might be different for every single brand of film, right? So like, I'll be eager, Reggie, to learn more from you guys internally. how is the Labo PPF made? What is the top coat like made out of? Like what can and can't you do? But that was just my experience. Was after a while I just said, look, we're not going to polish this unless we just absolutely have to. There'd even be times where a customer would have damage in the film, and I would think, okay, and by damage I mean like bug guts or bird droppings or something like that. And it was, the self-healing property of the film. We'd use the heat gun or park it in the sun after washing it, whatever. It would resolve itself to a degree. And I just knew from experience, like I could polish this and probably make it 25% better and make the customer happy. But I would always just tell them like, look, we're not polishing it. It's just not worth it. Like, I don't think you should do it unless maybe you're like selling the car and you're like, whatever, just polish the whole thing and make the film look as good as you can. And it's the next guy's problem. But if I'm the one owning it, I would rather just not polish the film at all.
Yeah, it's like you said, a last resort if there's nothing else to do. It's the reason why we spend so much time on making those chemicals, so you will never, or very unlikely, get into the position that you need to polish. I mean, you have the maintenance of Libera and Renova. Those two can do the majority of the job, and then if that is not good enough, there is a possibility to use Limpia every once in a while, every month, every 2 cycles, every 3 cycles. And if that doesn't take it out, then you slowly can start thinking about what the PPF is actually going through and if it absolutely needs a polish. Because, yeah, like you said, if you destroy the top coat, it's game over, and you will have to protect the PPF for life because it can never go by itself naked. Also, very good question. Guys, stay focused on the chat. I'm going to select one question. Corey, you're going to select one question. And Nick, you're also going to select one question for the giveaway. Then we have here, what are your thoughts on using Primus 2.0 as a pre-wash, rinsing after? Good, very good, very well mentioned. And then using a Rinseless as a contact wash instead of using Preludio Alkaline. I would say that's a dream scenario for me. For me, that's a dream scenario. If I wanted to use a Rinseless, I will do it. That is the difficulty I have for a Rinseless, not using a pre-wash. But if I'm going to use a pre-wash, regardless of what pre-wash, I'm going to be a lot more comfortable with the Rinseless. I don't have that much experience with Rinseless. Corey, you are more of a Rinseless guy.
Yeah. I mean, the hybrid wash. I mean, yeah, I've definitely used Primus and then went, foam, rinse, foam, Rinseless, boom. Perfect.
Hashtag done.
Yep.
Nick?
So Corey, you're foaming. Say that again. You would foam Primus on, rinse it off, then you would foam it again with Primus, and then use Rinseless to get the Primus off.
Oh, I'm sorry. Foam, rinse, then Rinseless.
Yeah.
Yep. My bad.
Okay.
Yeah.
No.
Chemical rinse, chemical. There we go. Chemical rinse, chemical.
Chemical. Nice. Nicely said.
Hybrid wash is a 10 out of 10 for me. I've never had the luxury of indoor washing at any shop I've ever had, including my current one. So when it is blazing hot outside and the sun is out, I will typically do wheels and tires outside, then do what you just said, Corey. Foam it on, rinse it off really quick, pull it right inside, and then I do my Rinseless where it's not 1,000 degrees. So
100%.
Okay, good one. Next one. Question. I want to ensure the paint is bare after polishing when using Veritas. How long should I wait before applying coating, since it doesn't flash like your typical IPA panel prep? Good question. Really good question. It is immediately after, because thanks to the evaporation rate, yes, Veritas evaporates a lot slower. Therefore, it creates less drag because it evaporates not as fast as IPA. It's not only IPA. There's alcohol inside, but there's also methanol, ethanol, cetanol, detanol, a lot of these inside. The evaporation rate is slower, but when it's evaporated, it is gone. And therefore, it is immediately ready to coat with your ceramic coating, your protective products, your whatever you're going to put on there, for sure. Good question. Another one. Is Labo ever going to come out with a wheel and tire cleaner like Maniac? Funny that you say that, Vice Detail, because I was talking to the big boss, Il Capo di Capo, today, and I think I read something between the lines. You never know with this man because he's a visionary. You know, he's like an inventor. What could be today could be different tomorrow. But I think if I read between the lines of what he was sending to me, it is looking like there will be a dedicated wheel and tire cleaner in Labocosmetica. That's what it's looking like. I'm not saying that it's going to be like. Like I said, he's a visionary. He's an inventor. Could be that he's going to invent something else in the area. But for sure, if I read that between the lines, I'm thinking that there is going to be a dedicated wheel and tire cleaner. Yes.
VDA certification is probably what's keeping
There we go.
wheel and tire from being in Labo, I'm guessing, right? Like
For
a
sure, it
variant
has
of
to
it.
be something like this. And I think if we are going to make one, it's going to be full spectrum. That means that also the naked polished aluminum wheels, you know them well from the car scene. Any car guy that knows these from the tuning scene knows about these type of wheels. If you look at them, you scratch them. If you put chemicals on them, you stain them. If it needs to, if it's going to be a wheel and tire cleaner, it's going to be something like this. I am for sure that it's going to be like this. Here we go. Another one from Chrism 1157. Mr. Cox, I'm starting to see more naturally derived products on the market. Do you feel these products are safer or better for the user and environment? Or is there a lot of green washing? I like that because he's making excellent remarks. Green washing. We know about that, you know, when they make it look like it's green, but it's actually not. Or they are playing around a little bit with legislation to say, well, we didn't put this in there, but the other nuclear stuff is in there. I know for that vegetable solvents derived from vegetables have been in the rotation for a while now. And I also know that you can make lactic acid so incredibly corrosive by triturating it, making it so more concentrated, it can also melt through steel. That is also a possibility. So there is definitely a very big market and a very big development going on also with the raw material suppliers by creating naturally derived products, solvents, detergents from lemon and acids and stuff like that. They, by definition, could be more safe because they have been made by nature, but their actual working could be as dangerous as another chemical because they could be made so powerful that they can still damage the surface. I like that question. Well, we got a lot of good questions. Oh, yeah. This is also a good question. Hey, Dan, are you going live later this week? Oh, no, it's not this. I had to put it in there. There we go. This is also a good question. I'm going to let you guys answer this one because to me, the big ones are anybody that's producing themselves, that has their own laboratory, that has their own factory. Those are the guys that I see as my biggest competitors. That is what I think. And then I'm going to make Corey and Nick answer this question as well. Which 3 brands are Labo's biggest competitors?
Go ahead, Nick. You want to take this first?
Put me on the spot.
You know,
Put me on the spot.
I got one.
It's you can say your feelings. This is you're allowed to express your feelings or what you think is a big competitor.
Koch Chemie would be one. From my understanding, they produce their own, products. I think they they have some outstanding products.
You could think of another.
I'd probably throw Gion in the mix, but I don't know. That's a really good question. And obviously I'm biased. It's impossible for me to not say that I'm biased. I am, but I do genuinely feel like it's very hard to find a true apples to apples comp. But if I had to pick 2, those are the first 2 that just come to my mind.
Yeah, one that is definitely an amazing product line, Luminous. They're doing some serious stuff. And I think if any company is going to be putting Labo on alert, I would definitely say Luminous. I'm trying to think of. In certain aspects, Katiba is another one.
Yeah, especially on the protective side. My God, please, fucking hell, these Koreans, man, with their beating products. It's every single time they make something, I go like, seriously, seriously another one? Oh my God, they're just like flapping them out of their sleeves, and before you know it, pop, they got another banger right over there.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, I know. To like me with Labo, if you see Conway or CS Auto ever in the chats, Conway, he's luminous, but he still has a ton of Labo that he uses every day. But he's like, I mean, watches all the videos, everything luminous. So it is really, really impressive what they're doing.
A good one, yeah. So
Hmm.
yeah, the manufacturers are for me. The guys that do it themselves, they have their own R&D. Those are the ones that I also respect the ones that are following legislation very much. I like the incredible jump Detail Co made by
Yeah.
stating everything with the labels. It is really looking like it's starting to look like a brand. It's not like something that was flimsied into each other. I see the effort is being put in, and these things are important because of course you can make a product and you can make it so that you are going to use it once because you didn't know anything about the dangers. You cannot use your PPE correctly because you didn't know, and you lose a customer because he died. This way you can guarantee that your customer is going to stay alive and can enjoy your products for a longer time and become a valued customer by handling those products that you have been making so thoroughly. There we
Yeah.
go.
Yeah. So really hats off to them. I mean, I know
Yeah.
they created it out of passion and really wanted to get out there and have it, and what, they're kind of their whole revamp thing and, focused energy now. It'll be really exciting to test everything they have. So
Yeah, we got to keep trying, man. Just know what the competition is doing and what they are up to, and all brands have something great. All brands have something less great. Some brands have something. Yeah, we have pros and cons on all sides. Question from Jonesy. Jonesy, by the way, Purifica is a superb cleaner in the household, cleaning the bathroom, especially shower or windows, or even solar panels. Any other recommendations for off car use cases community? For solar panels, I did. True. Solar panels, for sure. We have seen that work very well. Glasses, I have used Purifica here to wash the windows, but I have to be honest that I'm also used to be a professional window washer. So it was not so much the chemical doing it, but the speed of my wiper going like a ninja over the glass. Something else I would use Purifica for. That's probably going to be to something other than a motorcycle, like maybe bicycle, maybe. And for the rest, I have to be honest that I've not used Purifica in other cases than on the this week. That was funny because I was thinking I was using. I'm not going to shoot that video. I'm not going to post that video, but I shot it. I was making one bottle of Sidero 1 to 3, and I was making a round. So I used one wheel to use neutral and brushing to see that the neutral product can clean, and the other 3 I just kept spraying Sidero. So I finished an entire bottle on the other 3 rims. So 1 to 3, 500 ml, 16 ounces, I emptied. And every time I kept going back to another wheel, you could see that that was already dry. And then I kept spraying it on again, and it turned purple again. It turned purple again. The amount, there was still some protection, maybe some more protection far, far, far in the distance on that wheel in the form of beneficia. However, after the rounds of Sidero and I rinsed it off, I see that there was beading coming back. Then I was thinking, and I saw Ryan from Fine Detailing do a video about using acids in the right way or responsibly, or when you should be using acids, something like this. And he was using Purifica in the bucket. I believe he was doing 1 to 200. Don't take my word for this because I was not paying attention very well. But he was using a mitt to wash it. And then I was thinking, wait a second, I can use this product pure if I want because I'm not going to damage the rim. So I did a 1 to 5 dilution, and not on all rims, but the front wheel, the left front wheel, all the beading came back. 1 to 5, spray on, and I started scrubbing it with the tunnel brush. I'm not a big fan of those brushes, but I revitalized an insane amount of that protection that I was thinking was already completely gone. And I don't wash those wheels very often. That's one thing for sure. But that is I'm going to put that in the next video. Make sure if I do a 3 pH for the wheels, I'm probably going to put this in there with some proof because I want to see, because sometimes you see ceramic coatings die a lot, right? Nick, you see the ceramic coatings die a lot on wheels fast?
Depends on the wheel coating. I mean, there's a couple that I've used that are durable, but generally speaking, obviously on like your BMWs and your AMGs and stuff like that, they have a very hard life. So the beating can go away pretty quickly, especially if they're doing like group drives in the mountains and track days and stuff like that. They get cooked pretty quick. So
Yeah, I'm curious because it may be a fluke, it may be by accident, maybe by chance. So a couple of other tests will prove if this was actually true. So yeah, if this is something that is going to be added and can make the ceramic coating or the ceramic coating of the wheels last longer, we'll definitely put that into the recommendations of a 3 pH wheel cleaning.
were you saying you did
Sidero's-
it after Sidero?
Yeah, I did touch the Sidero
Okay.
3 times, and I just kept spraying. So I was walking around the car. Every
Okay.
time it dried out, I kept spraying because I wanted to empty the bottle. It happened sometimes. Somebody that saw my trunks were not very organized with bottles all over the place. I'm the guy that would put that spray bottle in the trunk, and then 2 days later start smelling in the car and thinking, what happened here? And then I think, oh, it might be that bottle of Sidero. So I finished it, and I was making rounds, and it made fantastic touchless cleaning. And then it's ridiculous how well it cleans by itself. Let me see. We got a next one.
Real quick, around the house, Varius. Use it everywhere. I've cleaned the shower head. I've removed the lime scale. Like this, it's just endless.
Varius for the inside and the outside of the house, not only the inside and the outside of the car. Labo has ready-to-use products with blue labels, Nitido Perfecta 2.0 IGA, but also white label with Varius Texia. Seems like inconsistencies. What product warrants a blue label versus a white one? Now, the project of ready-to-use was separate. So we have more ready-to-use type of products. Derma Sealant is a ready-to-use product. Derma Cleaner is actually almost also a ready-to-use product. The glass cleaner, you are right, absolutely right. But this ready-to-use project was completely separate. It was something that we wanted to create that was never created before. The pre-wash Initio, the all-purpose cleaner Varius, and the fabric cleaner Texia. They do not exist in a category right now. We created that category. So anybody that makes an APC knows what APCs can do, and then you compare it to what Varius can do, then you cannot talk about an APC anymore. So this separate project of the white labels with the ready-to-use was ready-to-use Labo style. Logically, a quick detailer would be ready to use. Glass cleaner, most likely, would be ready to use. Some cases, concentrate. But these products are ready to use because they are ready to use by definition. But the white label ones was a separate project to show something that the world has never seen before. And that's why they got the white labels. Good question. Like that one very much. Let me see. We are moving down into the chat. That is a good one. Is Aquavelux Pro going to be a spray form or like a coating with a pipette? Coating with the pipette, applying in the way like a spray coating. So the ease of use, the ease of wipe off, and the application will probably be something in the range of what you would expect from a spray and go product. Let me see. VDA certified wheel and tire cleaner will go crazy. I believe so too. If there's no more limitations about this. Ooh, another good question. Is there any information about the Labo X? Other than the information that I gave you guys 1 or 2 lives before. I'm not sure which live it was, but that was the only information I had so far. But maybe this weekend, when I'm going to the actual guy that had these jars with that wax, there might be a chance that I can get some more information and that I will share with you guys next week. I promise. Are you planning to releasing something industry disrupting in the future? I like the terminology when you say industry disrupting. It has been used so many times out of context that it was absolutely not industry disrupting. But if it's industry, we will find out if it's industry disrupting. So I'm curious to see which products are going to be released very shortly, and if any of those products can count for a industry disrupting product. Also,
I think that's Marco's philosophy for every product he tries to make, or that he makes.
Yes, it is definitely going to be something different. Let me see. After you have so many chemicals. Is it a question? I'm just going to put it up there. You have so many questions. Do you have a flow chart on what to use during certain situations? Your videos and shorts are great, but I feel you can use multiple products during any situation. Then he's freaking on to something, but that's true. you could use so many products in so many different ways, according to so many different situations, and they can all be equally as successful, or even better, or more economical. That the I think that's one of the beauties and one of the problems, is that there is indeed so much choice within the Labo range that you can do many things, and then you have these psychopaths like Corey that find out all the other things that you can do with these products that are not even on the bottle and not even being described, but they are going inside of the house, outside of the house. We're getting to places where these products are going. But I believe, is there a probably in the community of the detailing car care community?
I'll give
There is
a shout out to Melbourne Alpha Details. Right?
Alpha Details.
That's the
Yes.
gentleman. He's had some Instagram stories that I'm jealous of. I don't know if he's using one of the AI tools, and he's obviously providing it the information, and it's putting it into this nice aesthetic chart of like, here's every 3 weeks you should assess and then use this product, and then like kind of like the questions we get all the time about 3pH. How often do I do it? Do I do it every wash, or do I do it? He kind of has some graphics that he's shared of like what they do, generally speaking. Obviously, it's always, you need to assess the situation as you go, but I would give him a follow, EJB, because he's got some good stuff he's been posting. So
good one. Yeah, you keep getting praise for the Katiba situation, but I was also helping the Katiba guys, because the Katiba guys deserve a place in the worldwide market. If you know them personally, then you would understand it was a no-brainer for them to get them into contact with the US dealer. And I've got my eye on a couple of other brands, so for sure, yeah, there's many other stuff that you guys. If I told you everything, some of you would get PTSS from the things that I know and the things that I have seen, and other people's will just get a heart attack or an aneurysm just by the things that I've seen. It's freaking crazy. And then we have Vice Detail. Reggie, will there any be Mafra products ever be available in the United States? Now, oh my God, Nick is trying not to smile, but I can tell you that what is available in the Mafra range is ridiculous. We are building the road for Labo as we speak, but eventually, gradually, it will open up the doors for Mafra in a way that you will never seen before. And if you're talking about value for money, yeah, we can kick the living shit out of any brand in the world right now with using Mafra alone. We take the 25 kilograms or the 50-pound jerry cans that can last you. You can pre-wash 1,500 cars with a jerry can like that. 1,500 times you can pre-wash a car. Then you're talking about value for money. If you spend $120 on that jerry can and you can pre-wash 1,500 times a car, and then have safety of direct sunlight and stuff like that, cleaning, VDA certification, you name it, it is possible. But mind yourself that getting these products into the United States, getting the storage for that, getting the logistics for that, getting the customers for that, because the detailing industry is extremely tiny compared to the car wash industry. You are talking about, it's not even comparable. It's like a drop of water on a bake plate that's evaporating immediately. Compared to the car wash I used to work, the organization washed 2,500 cars on Saturday alone. Mm-hmm. How many detailers would you need to wash 2,500 cars in one day? And they do it in business hours from 8 to 6. So 8 to 6, 2,500 cars have been washed and dried and protected. Those numbers you cannot fight. And for those numbers, you need special chemicals. And those special chemicals is something that Mafra is really good at. So eventually the door will be opened to these products inside of the United States. But we will take it step by step. We will do it with the right preparation. We'll make sure we get the right products. Because if we take everything, Nick is going to have a lot of stock that he's not able to move. Because there's, oh my God, I got 15 pre-washes I can select from. Which one could I take? Which one are we going to choose?
I want to say we've got 30, maybe 40 Mafra products total right now. Not all of them have been uploaded to the site. We're still creating the listings for some of them, but they're on the Parks Car Care website, Amazon, and Walmart, the ones that we do have. And actually, funny enough, literally today, because we've been rearranging the warehouse, some of the ones that we've not uploaded yet, I was looking through them, and it's the catalog of Mafra is so crazy. It's like there is so much stuff in there that I have months of like education that I need to go through, like to just learn the whole catalog, because it's so many freaking products. But everything I've tried from it, I love. I mean, like, especially like for things like my wife's Tahoe, like, yes, we did put PPF on it, but you know, it's not a Labocosmetica detail, that's for sure. It's 2 kids and 2 dogs and a family just destroying this car, and it like she takes it to the brush wash, you know what I mean? Like, cause it gets to the point where she can't take it anymore. So, but the Mafra stuff, honestly, man, a lot of it I just love. Like, if you love Labocosmetica, you will really like Mafra. There's obviously 2 different products for 2 different types of jobs, but it's really cool stuff.
Okay, so this is a very nice one. Any plans for Sempo 2.0? I am not aware of anything, but there is possibility to do something. There's possibility to do something like that we can add foam and use it as a bucket wash. I think that is possible. It's 2020 freaking 6. We should be able to do this. And then we have another one from Colma. Are you going to plan more episodes of the Veritas podcast with Andreas? Well, very much so, but we are thinking about one specific one, because I have been speaking to Andreas and I have heard your feedback, Bor, and I was thinking about that. So Andreas and me are cooking something up where we are probably going to think about in the range of inviting you over in Mafra, record a podcast about the criticism you gave us in the podcast. So you will have an opportunity to express your criticism, because we are not afraid of criticism. And after that, we have some surprises that we are planning to do, but this is going to be discussed with Andreas and me. And we finalize that. We let you know, because I know exactly where you live now. I know, thanks to Gaspar, and thanks to you, because you sent me your address for the prize for the win. So for sure, we're going to do something about that, and to do something with that. Let me see. Coma again. Is it possible for you to do a video about the day in the life of a chemist in Labo, where you do a deep dive into the work, chemistry, safety, vision, philosophy? I wish we could do that, but the guy that is actually doing the chemistry work, if we have to take him away from his normal working ethic and working rhythm, we could give you an idea what he's doing, but we will not be able to follow him. Half of the things he is doing is probably going to be classified or company secret. And then there's the communication. If he needs to explain something simple to us, it's still going to sound extremely difficult, because he's going to use his limbo, his mumbo jumbo, and how to explain this in chemistry. What for him is very normal, and to us is going to look like he's speaking Chinese. It's a good idea. I want to look into that if it's possible. If I see that he's going to allow me to be in his vicinity for more than 1 hour, because this guy is like a magician. He has this little sign with the elements, the numbers of the elements. Genius at work, and it's for freaking true. I tend to leave this guy alone. So we are creeping against almost to the 2 hours. I'm thinking about scrolling through the chat and selecting that question. I am going to go for my first question. Let me see, because I'm going to find it. I have that question. The question was, that was going to be good, because it was the one with the PFAS. That's the question that I want to give for the giveaway. I would suggest, Corey, if you start scrolling through the chat. Can you scroll through the chat right now?
I'm actually on my phone, and I've never been on the platform, so
Are we each picking a question? Is that how it works?
Yeah, we are picking a question. Yeah.
Well, I already know mine. I gotta go with the PPF abrasive, because that's the topic that
PPF abrasives. Yeah, we're going to keep that one.
Yeah.
And let me see if I can find it again. I know it was very close here. Something with the PFAS. I remember the question, the PFAS. It was a good question. Dutch dilutions. Labo tattoo. That was later. Beneficia hydrophobicity was a good one. Cupido 2.0 was a question.
Considering the PFAS one.
There we go.
Yeah.
This is the one. Considering EU, so Salmunos 3731, right, Nick, at the Nick at parkscarcare.com for the email, and write him that you are this guy,
Shoot it. Do me a favor. Shoot it to my Labo email, the one that I've been putting here in the chat. I'll put it here in the comments so you can.
Okay. And then we had the PPF one.
Because
Was there any question out of the top of your head, Corey, that you remember that you would say, "Hey, that is the this is the other one. This is SC. This is the one. The abrasives, detergents, and standard specific abrasives. Yeah, SC 90589 for the question of why with Labo doing a deep dive on PPF films specific coatings and detergents. What is Labo's stance on PPF specific abrasives? Is there something they offer other? Is there offer than Fiero, Leale, and Audace can't?
What about the one on using the rinseless alone? Preludio on it.
That is a good one. That is a good one. Paint Bear. I remember the color of the guy that said it. That is a good question. That was the fat nude part. I should have marked these from the beginning. I'm gonna remember that for the. This I'm very close, I think. There we go. This is from German guy, but I can hook this guy up for sure. Lebensgefühl at the rinseless wash. Do I really need Hydrosafe, or is it enough to use Preludio with a protected car? Yeah, I don't need to answer in German. I only know how to speak in. Ja, so I got remember this one. So Lebensgefühl. Wenn du diese Nachricht lest, dann kannst du dir mir schreiben, entweder auf Facebook oder auf Instagram und schreib mir einen Bericht und dann sorge ich dafür, dass du eine Coxbox bekommst, weil du bist in Deutschland. Für mich ist das sehr einfach, das zu regeln. Ich kann entweder bei Marvin oder bei Glossboss etwas für dich regeln. Basically, I said, this guy lives in Germany. I can contact one of the guys. Yeah, Glass. The fact that you have that is crazy. The fact that you have that sticker of Glossboss in the United States is crazy. Corey, why the fuck do you still have your Christmas tree up? It's
no, it's a detailing tree.
I was thinking, why does he have his Christmas tree? Oh my god. Oh. Sprechen Sie Deutsch. Yes, I speak a couple of languages now. Here we go. Hey, this. I'm gonna close it up with this one. And last question. Then we're gonna close it up and give some feedback about this episode and the next coming up episode. Labocosmetica is known for using advanced chemistry. What is one ingredient or technology in your product line that detailers often overlook, but that can make the biggest difference in performance? Oh. Okay, one more Coxbox for this guy. One more.
Yeah.
One more. Put it
That's
in.
a really good one.
This is a really good question. Now, this is the next one. Can I answer this? Can you guys answer this? What is inside of these products, or one of these products that people tend to overlook? It's one of the products, I think, in Coxbox. There's people that still are not completely aware of what Glico can do as a pre-step for your interior cleaning. Your first step, what that can do, what that is going to change your life. I'm not going to tell you to use the Ductile. I'm not going to tell you to use Omnia. I'm not going to tell you to use any of the other products. Just Glico, the glycolic, the lactic, the pre-treatment to get rid of the inorganic contamination of your seats. That is something that has been overlooked so many times, although there's a global project going on for the 2pH for the interior. It is mind-blowing. It is absolutely the one that got me back into the car again. Glico for sure. Yeah, and add that.
Get the brushes.
Get the
They're
freaking brush.
amazing.
Get the brush. The brush. Yeah, it's not so much a chemistry, but it is indeed a product that's going to save you a lot of time and a lot of chemicals. It's very strange.
I see the comments. Everybody's saying what you're saying, Reggie, and also what I was thinking too is acid. Like, I mean, because it's funny you went to Glico because I was thinking about Purifica. That's the one that I feel like so many. It actually blows my mind, honestly. I guess I'm just so close to Labo now that it's foreign to me to not consider this, but the amount of coatings that get put on cars and then all the maintenance that gets done and all the discussions I see in the Facebook groups and on the forums, the questions that I get emailed to me from both DIY and professionals, people aren't using 3pH to maintain their coated car. I'm like, my God, man, it would just completely change your life. Yeah. But it's the same thing as Glico. You know, I didn't know what I was missing out on until I started using Glico for interior. And then I'm like, this is incredible. So, but both, you know, two different acids. So that would be my answer.
Okay, gentlemen, First of all, people in the chat, thank you for today. It was again a brilliant session. We are still at the same level of epicness about the level of questions, the difficulty of the questions, the quality of the questions. You know, if there was 2 people in the chat right now and they gave me all these questions, I will be satisfied. Thanks everybody for joining in on all platforms. Next time, for sure, I'm going to do my best to get it on Instagram as well. I try again, but I'm not the tech guy. Corey, thanks again for joining. Thanks again for your input.
Thanks for having me.
We will have you back on the show. And Nick, of course, you and I will continue this venture and thinking about our new guest, the new Cox box, and the new episode that we're going to follow next time. Any last words, Corey?
Stay blue.
Right on. Any last words for you, Nick?
Make sure everybody emails me who got their
Yeah,
prize.
get those emails.
Get you your prize.
Get those emails. Fuck, because you need that prize.
That and bonus products in the box if you tell me where to get my Mafra tattoo.
Ah!
In the email.
You heard it here first. Nick, you send Nick that email and you tell him where he needs to put that Mafra tattoo. There's some extra products for you in the Cox box. And yeah, that's going to be for it for this time. Thanks, everybody, for joining in, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.
Thanks, everybody. Bye, guys.
See you guys. Peace.
I have to do the outro again. It's the third time.